right, so we're gonna just quickly get some absentee owner apartments and condos and homes and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna aim for an area that I'm not really used to. Main thing here is that we're gonna actually scrub against our current list to make sure that we're not getting any of the lists that we already have. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to do that later on. But first off, we will do boundary. I think we'll do just all this area here. Actually, you know what? I did this area already, so let's delete this. Let's redo this. Let's do Manhattan. I know for sure I haven't done Manhattan yet. Upper Manhattan. We could do the Upper East Side. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's delete that. Alright, so when you first do property search, you gotta type in what you want. So we gotta type in New York. So I'm gonna redo this. Let's do Chelsea. Right here. Chelsea's this area here. So boundary, we'll do a little bit of Greenwich Village, a little bit of Union Square. We'll do it like that. We'll do the filter, absentee owner, in-state and out-of-state. On the market, no. Years of ownership, at least 5, because I don't want anyone who just purchased the property. And we're gonna, just to filter it down even more, you can leave this alone or you could do individual. So it's usually easier to get people's numbers when you just do individual, because it'll be them and not the company that owns it, or a company that owns it. And then cash buyers, demographics. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll do apply. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so we have 1,640. That's pretty good. So now what I'll do is I'll select all. I'll add them to a new list. So we'll create a new list, and we'll do absentee owners, Chelsea. Create a new tag. Actually select existing tag, and we'll do absentee owner. And then we'll exclude the ones that don't have a verified address. Click save. Now at this point it's going to go to another list, and then that list is the one we're going to skip trace. So right now it's being added to a list, which is going to be in my lists. And then we're going to filter it to the one that we just did, absentee owner Chelsea. Apply the filter. And since it's loading right now, we're going to wait a bit. We'll wait a bit here, but while we're waiting, I guess I'll show you how to do expireds as well, old expireds. So we'll do an actual search. This is how you do old expireds. We're not going to actually complete this now, but I'm going to show you how to do the actual search. So the way you would do it is you would go to all filters, you go to exclusive expired, permanently off market, temporarily off market, and then let's say we only want to see things that are at least 300,000. And then we only want to see things that are in view listings. And we'll do let's just do Chelsea Manhattan as well. So now there's 4.86K. Now we got to filter it down even more. We want to do, expired before a certain date. So we'll do list date right here. Listed date, custom, and we'll do 2018 to 2020. January 1 to February, or actually, sure, we'll do to February, whatever. Actually, January 1, but I want to do a particular, confusing. Okay, so 1, we'll just type it out, 1/1/2018 dash 1/1/2020. You know what, we'll do all the way up to 12/2020. View listings. So we literally have 1,000 here, right? And then what we do at this point, since they're all off market, what we're going to do is we're going to actually change this to 120 per page, if you don't have that already. And then we're going to literally open up a spreadsheet, copy this, and we want to actually include the zip code. That's why I have it like this. The zip code, the address, neighborhood, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, we'll copy this, and then we're going to copy every single page. We're going to copy it just like this. We'll go to spreadsheet, so sheets, new sheet, Chelsea, old, expired, paste. And usually it comes out a little bit weird. The first one's going to be offset like this. So we just copy this, paste it here, and delete that. And we usually want to add titles because when we import, we're going to need to import this into BatchLeads. We're going to need to make sure none of these are on the market on BatchLeads. And then once we get rid of all the ones that are currently on the market or recently sold, then we're going to skip trace those ones that we have left. So address, zip code, and you can name everything else. The bedrooms and all that is actually not important. So you can delete those. So we really only need like this. And then you can also filter to only condo because co-ops are really annoying to work with. So I forgot about that too. I'll actually usually filter to only condo. So condo, and then we can do this again. So you would literally just go to every page. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, which shouldn't take too long. Copy and paste them into here. And then you'll actually click File, Download, Export as CSV, and then you'll go to BatchLeads, Import Property. You'll name it Chelsea Old Expireds from 2018 to 2020 with the specific dates. Then once we have that list, I'll show you what we do here with the current list that we're working with. So let's X this, open it back up, apply filter. All right, so all the properties that we just got just now are all here, 1,427. So now we need to just make sure whatever was sold recently is not here. So let's see. Skip traced? No, I only want ones that we have not skip traced yet. Because if we skip traced it, that means we already have it. Has phone numbers? No, right? Add conditional filter. I'm trying to find where we do sold recently. I think we do that in another list. So we apply the filter. We're left with the same number. And we're going to do actions. I'm trying to find how we filter. Oh, okay, look, so down here below, recently sold. So we have them all selected. None of them have been recently sold, so that's good. If any of them were recently sold, if we see in the bottom here, some were recently sold, we would click this so that only recently sold come up. We would select the ones that come up, and then we would click actions, and we would click opt out so that they're no longer on here. Okay, but that's not the case here, so we're good on that end. So I'm going to take these. We're going to now what you can do is you could just click skip trace, but for some reason this usually doesn't work. So I have to actually export to Excel. And we're going to do owner, mailing address, property address, phone numbers, whatever we have. And we're going to do Chelsea. So it's pretty simple. We got the properties. We go there and make sure none of them have been recently sold. We select all of them. We export it. Right? So write this down. Make sure you're writing this down. We export it at this point. And we name it again. Chelsea expired. No, Chelsea absentee owner. All right, we click next. We do absentee owner. Actually, we're going to do absentee owner export. Save changes. And then now that's going to end up in our exports, which would be in reports. And we wait for it to load. So it's processing. So yeah, you would take these, copy and paste them, you put them here, you save it. You import it into here, make sure none of them were recently sold, just like I showed you. Then at that point, for the old expires, then at that point you'll do exactly what I'm showing you here. You'll export it again with the BatchLeads format, and then we'll skip trace it. I'll be right back. I'm recording my screen and talking. Finish this. Alright, so it's still processing. We'll refresh it. Alright, it's all done. So now we just download this. We go to skip trace. And we import. So I think it needs to be a CSV. So I think we'll see right now. Okay, no, it doesn't need to be a CSV. Alright, cool. So now we just literally select the names, the address. We don't want to do mailing address because that's not the actual property. We want to do property address. I guess we can add, it doesn't make a difference. The whole point is that they need to be able to identify who it is so that they could find the phone number for us and give us the phone numbers. And then for self-manage, always select no. We do next. So this would cost $199. My goal right now is to just use the wallet balance. So what I'll do is, let's go back. All right, so what I'm going to actually do, delete this. We'll call this Chelsea Absentee Owner. I'm going to export it and then only leave the whatever amount gives us 70 bucks. So 70 would be 70 divide 0.14. That'd be about 500 leads. So we'll do 500 from here. So I'll import this. So file, import, upload. Insert. So we have this. We'll go like this. We'll go down to 501. Since we have the top bar that gives us the names of each section, of each row. All right, so 501 right here. Copy. Put it into here. File, download, XLSX, and then we'll redo this process here. Skip tracing, import, drag this, and we're going to actually highlight on here which ones we already did so that we know for the future. Let's go back, next, don't want to self-manage. Okay, wait, what did I do wrong? I had to have done something wrong, let's see. Oh, there's a big gap on top, that's why. Okay. Do this, and we'll redo that. File, download. Let's redo that. Import. Next. Mailing address. And mailing visit. Mailing state. Alright. Don't want to self-manage. Next. We don't need to import phone number and email because there's nothing there yet. Alright, it's going to cost us exactly 70. We're going to use the wallet balance. Assign to list. Absentee owner is Chelsea. Absentee owner. And that's it. So then we skip trace and we wait for it to come through. Once we have that, we go to batch dialer. Once it's all done, campaigns, new campaign. You know this part. Predictive dialer, Joseph, phone numbers, group, contact list, and then we're going to import it here. We're going to name it absentee owner, Chelsea. And we'll do all the standard stuff here. Script would be absentee script. Advanced would be adaptive. Automatic answer always. Max calls per day, no max. Max attempts per record. Simultaneous dials, we'll do 3. Retry time, we want to do every 1 hour. 30 seconds is good. Call recording, yes. Answering, this is super important. Answering machine detection, so that it's not automatically answering every single call and connecting you with every call. We don't suppress this. We do suppress our system do not contact. Calling hours every day, 8 to 9. and then we save. And then I'm going to come back to this and import it. So let's see, did it happen yet? We're going to actually end up with less than 500 because it usually misses a couple because it just can't get all the information. All right, still nothing. Usually it's fairly quick, but yeah, you get the idea. Once it's done, all I'm going to do is hit download. It's most likely going to be an XLS or a CSV or something like that. So, but I know that it doesn't match with what batch styler needs. So what you're going to have to do once you get that, you're going to have to go to File, Import, Upload. You're going to need to do this, and then we're going to need to insert new sheet so that it opens up on a separate sheet. And then we're going to open that sheet like this, and then we're going to download that in the format that batch styler needs, which I think is CSV. So just look at what batch styler needs, and you'll see here. So let's try it out. Let's see. We do edit, upload contacts. Let's see if XLS works. See, I think it needs to be CSV. Let's see. I don't know. Wait. Yeah, whatever it is, just test out both CSV and XLSX. Yeah, this should be done now. All right, there you go. So we have 439 hits, which is great. So let's save. Yeah, it's XLSX. Let's try this. Yeah, not going to work. So it's got to be CSV. So we go here, like I said, File, Import, Upload, drag it, insert new sheet, import. And here we have it. So it's going to be preferred zip code, preferred phone, and it's going to have numbers 1 to like 8 or something like that. So then now we download this. Download CSV. Let's try this again. Yep, CSV. Okay, cool. First and last, this is the property address, so we leave that as address. Just make sure everything matches up perfectly. Mailing, that's good. You can leave, all these can pretty much stay except for phone number. Usually this is what gets messed up. So it goes from phone number 0 to 9 instead of 1 to 10, which is really annoying. So we're gonna have to do, phone number 0 should be number 1. That's the best number. So phone number 0 should be 1. So we'll do 1. And then this one's gonna be 2. Phone number 2 is gonna be number 3. Phone number 3 is gonna be number 4. Phone number 4 is gonna be 5. Phone number 5 is going to be 6. Phone 6 is going to be 7. Phone 7 is 8. Phone 8 is 9. You get the picture. And 10. And then we do email, and then we also want email 2 and 3, so we're going to do email, custom field, email 2. And email 3. And then from there, if there's any other information that we're missing, we can add them into notes. So for instance, if I want to see this, I could do notes, but you only have one note section, so you don't want to waste it. But nothing here is, so yeah, maybe we want to see bankruptcy, so let's see that. Just in case, because this can help make them want to sell. And that is Let's see date. What is date? Date of what? Yeah, it's just going to show today's date. Alright, so that's pointless. Alright, so that's it. You hit next. Scrub company DNC. And that's it. And submit. And then save. That's how you do that. Just make sure you have a spreadsheet for all of the ones that you do this with. Alright. If you have any questions, let me know.